And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Wiggins, Tyler Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5. Roam in the paint. Now Adebayo. Following the three-point attempt by Scotty Barnes. There's Hero with the 3. That one doesn't drop. Here's the Raptors with the ball. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Spoke earlier with Darko Rajakovic. They were raving about an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Andrew can beat you scoring it, but he can also be a shutdown defender. High praise for Wiggins, the former first overall pick. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Wiggins, right side. Pass to Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. He had to fade back on that one, but still got it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project, and certainly Miami was able to do that. But you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
The shot's good from Quickly.
Quickly, competitive, and responds with a 3 of his own.
Hero from long range. And again, Miami with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And here's Barrett. After Tyler Hero hitting the 3. Barnes outside. Back to Barrett. Barnes against Adebayo. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Burks the pass to Hero. Pirtle with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Quickly with a wide open look. From outside off the mark. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Fires for 3. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And Ingram and his court awareness continue to grow. A terrific dime there.
The 3. Shot's good by Hero. Hero's got 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Now here's Barnes. Barrett for 3. And Ware pulls it down. Miami trailing. Here's Burks. Kicks it out to Wiggins. No good on the triple. Toronto's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9.
Well, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Pass to Quickly. It's Ingram on the wing. Drills it from outside. 6 points for him.
They expect Brandon Ingram to give them a constant inside-outside threat. He's got to go ahead from three-point line whenever he wants it.
Now, Hero, and stolen by Barnes. Ingram wide open, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And you love the work Ingram has put into his shot. You can put him in the corner now and force the defense to extend.
Pass to Adebayo. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Barnes for three. The shot comes out, and so it's Toronto, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've dictated the pace. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
We've got Walter, and it's Lawson in at the small forward. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
That's his game right there. Robinson, one of the more deadly shooters in the NBA.
Pass to Walter. They set the pick. There's the three. Miami grabs the miss. Mitchell outside. Back to Jaquez. Anderson with the ball. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
For the three. And the Raptors miss again. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Robinson, that's good.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Heat moving the ball around. Jaquez with the screen on Lawson. Robinson misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And here are the Heat. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Mitchell finds Robinson. Here's Larson. Back to Mitchell to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Larson. And here's Anderson from the arc. Mobo with the rebound. The Raptors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Berry, they're going to grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to a single point after the basket from Robinson. Toronto's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Shed, that's short off the rim. The Heat have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. A 3 from Anderson. Mobo with the rebound. Mobo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Lawson. 1:46 left in the second quarter. Here's Shed, guarded by Robinson. Here's Abaji. Off target with his 3. Miami's gone for the 3-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Robinson for 3. Anderson inside. The short one's on the money. Anderson's got his second bucket. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Drills the 3-pointer.
And not where he earns his money, that 3-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Robinson, that's good.
And Robinson with a timely trade.
There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Lawson outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Heat with the lead. Pass to Anderson. Mobo with the rebound. Mobo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Abaji. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Miami's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Mobo. Is defending. Stolen by Mitchell.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Pass to Larson. Deep 2 from Robinson. Miami no good on that time either. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 1. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. We've got Tyler Hero. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Raptors. 4-point game. Barrett, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Quickly looking it over. Stolen by Hero. Pass to Ware. Barnes against Hero. A three-pointer. Wiggins. It's rebounded by Barrett. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
And the Raptors miss again.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And it's Wiggins missing. Toronto trailing. Barnes outside. And here's Quickly for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Quickly's got 9.
Sweet shooting touch from the confident guard. Quickly's role is to score as often as possible.
Adebayo kicks to Hero. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Hero's got the lead back up to 2 now for the Heat. Lets it go from 11. Jump shot is good. 11 points in the game.
No one's stopping Brandon Ingram when he's in that pull-up game. He's just too long.
Hero passes to Ware. Jump shot is good that time. And the Heat lead by 2.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And Barrett gets it to go.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
Works for 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that one's good. Ingram
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And it's quickly missing. He'd have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen by Quickly. Barrett against Wiggins. For 3, Ingram. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Ware kicks to Hero. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Barnes can't get it to go. Miami trailing. From downtown, it's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Raptors shooting the ball at 42%. Pass to Ingram. The kick out to Barnes. Now Quickly launches a 3. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Kicks it out to Hero. Back to Wiggins. Lets the 3 fly. And the 3 ball is good. Wiggins has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Wiggins making quick decisions with the ball, not wasting any time getting that shot off.
Barnes outside. Stolen by Hero. That will count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading basket. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Ingram is out there with Scotty Barnes. Then it's Walter. And it's Shed in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Barnes. Here's Shed. Rozier defending. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Heat shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Robinson misses. Raptors with the lead. Here's Walter. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Miami Heat. On the wing, Rozier. Adebayo kicks to Robinson. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Robinson's got the lead up to 2 now for Miami. Pass to Barnes. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Robinson for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Walter, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Nothing wrong with being physical, but that's just over the top.
The Heat have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Back to Rozier. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Jacks up a 3. Highsmith's shot is good. And it's a 5-point Miami lead.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
And again, no good by Toronto.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
Robinson, that's good.
And one of those nights where Duncan Robinson gets hot, I'd be on the lookout.
Quickly the pass to Barnes. Shot to stop the run. Out to Ingram. A three. Offensive rebound. It's another look. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat leading by 8. Robinson for three. Robinson can't get that one to fall. For three, Ingram. And again, Toronto no up.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, Ingram's going to come through when it's crucial. He did so there.
Rozier kicks to Robinson. Fires away from outside. The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Raptors shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Barnes can't get it to go. The Heat shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Adebayo passes to Robinson. Oh my, he'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. It's going to be on Jacoby Walter. And the Raptors making a change here. Barrett's checked in, and that one falls for Robinson.
So much talk about being undrafted out of college. How about Duncan Robinson and how far he's taking his abilities?
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Burks, he's checked in for Robinson. Adebayo against Barnes. Here's Walter. No good from outside. And here's Miami. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Hero, the bounce pass. Adebayo kicks to Hero. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Here's Walter. Pass to Barrett. Hits the three-point bomb.
RJ coming through, and that one makes you feel good.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hero against Quickly. Back to Hero. 4 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. And stolen by Barnes.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
RJ Barrett wanting the ball and coming through. That was critical.
Pass to Adebayo. There's Hero with the 3. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so it's the Heat winning this one. A narrow. Thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony. Matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Three-pointer, Daniels connects from three-point range.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And here's Ingram from the arc, and again, Toronto with the triple.
His team giving up a 3 at the other end, and Ingram craps back.
Young against Quickly. Young, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin, to me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
That 3 off the mark. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Quickly the pass to Ingram. And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First game foul.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Young taking his time here. Right wing. There's the 3. On the wing, Daniels shoots the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Daniels has got 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
It's Barrett on the wing. Pass to Quickly. Over Young. And again, no good by Toronto.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Young. Puts up a deep three. The long distance three is buried.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
And it's Ingram missing. The Hawks leading by 3. Rizachet with it. Pass to Young. Okongwu with a screen on Quickly. Shot clock at 6. The teardrop falls in. He has 5.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
Break since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And here's Barnes for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Johnson with a screen on Ingram. Three-pointer, Daniels. And Pirtle pulls it down. Raptors trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here's Barnes for 3. And again, Toronto no up. The Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Over to the wing. Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. The Hawks again can't hit. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ingram's got 6 points.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
And here's Young from the arc. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
That's the Hawks ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Johnson can't hit. Toronto trail. Last break. Here come the Raptors. No one covered.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Okongwu with a screen on Quickly. A nice shot by Young.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Krejci's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Niang. Fires the 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Walter. Shot clock reset for Toronto. The 3 traps in the tray.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Here's LeVert. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
boy, there's a fluidity to his jump shot. Caris LeVert coming through for his team in the mid-range.
Here's Shed. Again, Toronto. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Krejci. Hits the target from 18 feet. Krejci's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Shed. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Now here's LeVert. He's guarded closely. 2 on none. No one back to stop this.
Oh, gentlemen. My goodness, step back.
That was incredible. Now here's LeVert. Sinks the three-pointer. LeVert's got 5 points so far. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Here's Mobo. Misses the three. Atlanta leading by 3. Screen by Niang. Here's Mann. Now Niang. Still scoreless. Capella. It's good on the putback.
And that's Capella getting rewarded for his effort on the glass. Love when that kind of hustle pays off.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first half. For 3, Lawson. Krejci with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Man. Offline with his 3. Raptors trail by 5. Puts it up. No good from Lawson. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Hawks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Nance a screen on quickly. Latrey. And Trae Young hits from deep. Young's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Here's Young after Toronto at the three-point. Pass to LeVert. Fires the 3. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, you cannot allow Caris LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Here's Barrett. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Barrett's got his 2nd bucket tonight. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
For 3, Nance. Barnes grabs the miss.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Drills the three-pointer. Now just a 4-point Atlanta lead.
Scotty Barnes is a well-rounded basketball player. Passing is part of that, guys. Pretty pass there.
The Hawks shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here. That free throw good from Young. So for the Hawks, Rizaje is coming in for George Niang. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for LeVert.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
A 3 from quickly. And again, Toronto with the triple.
When you have vision at the forward spot, it always opens up and elevates a team. Scotty Barnes passing on display.
Oh, Nance in position. Ingram with the steal. From deep three-point land. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And get ready for the fans. Half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Ingram is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Barrett at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Now, here is Young. 4 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Launches it. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Young. Daniels has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Hawks. Barnes kicks to Quickly. Offensive rebound. Back to Barnes. Pass to Quickly. Barrett setting a pick for Quickly. Reza Shea with the steal. And here's the fast break. On its way from Young for 2. And it's Toronto with the rebound. The 3 from Barnes. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds now in the game. The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA, had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap.
Atlanta leading by 6. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul. So for the Hawks, Gaze checked in, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Trae Young. Here's Reza Shea. Still yet to score. Sinks the triple.
A true highlight of Reza Shea's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. And that'll be his third foul so far. And here's Daniels. He's got 9. Pass to Gay. Puts up a 3. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors trail by 9. Barnes passes to Barrett. Back to Barnes. Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Barnes outside. Back to Barrett. Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Shot clock at 2. Puts it up from 15. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Hawks leading by 9. Pass to LeVert. Back to Daniels. To the inside. They get a hand on it. Here's Reza Shea. Barrett covering.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
Now the Raptors moving it up. Raptors moving the ball around. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. They're scoreless since the first half.
R.J. Barrett trusting the jumper in the catch and shoot. Boy, if he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
And here's LeVert after R.J. Barrett hitting the 3. Pass to Gay over Barnes. They grab their own miss. Here's Gay. Hits it from 3-point range. Gay's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, last season, a full 14 teams finished with between 46 and 51 wins, with plenty of teams in the picture. Adam Silver is thrilled with the level of competition. He says, I think what fans ultimately want is to see great competition across the league. Kevin, it's certainly fun to watch.
It is, David. Bring it on, I say. The more, the better. Baseline jumper. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You've got to keep an eye on Scotty Barnes. I don't care where he is on the floor. This guy an opportunistic scorer.
LeVert with the wide open look. Gets a very good look and converts. LeVert's got the lead back up to 9 now for Atlanta. Here's Walter. Outside Barrett. Nailed from three-point land. Barrett's got 11 points.
Now Barrett has got to become more consistent, but if he adds consistent three-point shooting, turn the lights out.
Daniels, no good. Toronto, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Fires from way outside. The kick out to Barnes. Pass to Mobo. Onside Barrett. And so it's Atlanta with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Nance. Young is up there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead. And that means his teammates are delivering.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The shot's good from Nance.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Pass to Abaji for the 3. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Ingram right side. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And the Raptors making a change here. Lawson's checked in. George Niang, he's checked in for the Hawks. Man with it. Shoots over Walter. Misses, and he wants that one back.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Young for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Hurdle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. He's to Walter. Raptors moving the ball around. For 3, Ingram. They get it again. That's tipped. Hurdle kicks to Ingram. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
In working away from the ball, Ingram thrives in the catch and shoot. A player you have to stay connected to on defense.
Young pass to Nance. Young against Quickly. And Trae Young hits the 3. Young's got 19 points.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities. Atlanta
leading by 10. On the wing, Nance. Quickly covering. Young dishes to Nance. Over quickly. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Hawks lead by 12. Quickly with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And it's Ingram missing.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Atlanta.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Trae Young.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
Pass to Ingram. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Young outside from deep three-point territory. Rebound by the Raptors. Out to the right wing. Here's Walter. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Shea. And Johnson. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu into the center. Johnson for three. Rebound by the Heat. Works for three. It's good from long range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Young against Hero. From the arc. Young, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Instead, it seems like time and again, the Heat uncover those hidden gems, turning unknowns into big contributors.
That's one of the things they do best, Kevin. The list of names like that is long, but look no further than Udonis Haslem, whose jersey they retired last season. Their hard work culture seems to breed those kind of success stories.
The Hawks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. The Hawks again can't hit.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Wasted no time on that one.
And how about the confidence of Wiggins? His teammates want him to take those shots.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Eric Spoelstra.
Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And here's Young, following the three from Alec Burks. Shoots the three. Doesn't go that time. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Got that one up quick. Wiggins has got 6.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
On its way from Young for 2. Hero with it. Okongwu covering. Burks' shot is good.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. They get the rebound. Shot to stop the run. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Ware kicks to Adebayo. This one for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail by 6. Lobbed up there for Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Outside, Hero. The 3 ball. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. Young for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Oh, great look there. Young off a pass will normally knock those down.
Ware passes to Adebayo. Burks kicks to Hero. There's the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Adebayo. And here's the fast break.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Young, right side. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Launches from deep. We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jacks up a 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Burks has got 12 in the game.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Young, a screen on Adebayo. Here's Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. Up in time. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Heat lead by 1. And we'll be back right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Clint Capella is out there with George Niang. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the 1 spot.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Krejci passes to Mann. Capella against Anderson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Anderson. And here again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. Up high to stuff the alley.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
The Hawks trail by 3. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Robinson for 3. It doesn't go for him. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And it's LeVert missing. Miami leading by 3. Launches a 3. Robinson misses. And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Stolen by Mitchell. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Anderson. Rebound Atlanta. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Niang. Poke loose. Miami's gone 7 of 15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. A nice shot by Anderson.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Niang. The Hawks again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Anderson can't get that one to fall. The Hawks trail by 6. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And the Heat with some changes. Highsmith is checked in. And it's Rozier in for Mitchell. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Nance is checked in. Anderson in the post. Nance on him. Anderson's shot is off. The Hawks have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And the basket by Krejci.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Rozier kicks to Robinson. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, and that 3-point shot, it really has looked off here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Rozier. Robinson's got 6 points. Here's Krejci. Rozier defending. There's a screen. Niang kicks to LeVert. There's the triple. Miami grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Lets it go from deep. And it's Rozier missing.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
LeVert from outside. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor it.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Atlanta's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Screen by Niang. LeVert from outside. Highsmith grabs the miss. The Heat with the lead. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Larson, no good. Atlanta shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Here's Niang. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Fires from deep. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that, my friends, is a deck.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5 down low. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Wiggins kicks to Adebayo. Pass to Burks. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Atlanta. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
The shot hits the jumper in space. Okongwu's now got his second bucket of the game to go. To the paint. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And this is why Wiggins has become an efficient scorer, doing a much better job with his shot quality, and loves now to attack inside.
And here's Young from the arc. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Daniels with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Daniels passes to Okongwu. For the lead, Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Wiggins from outside. And it's Rizichet with the rebound. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. A different look for Miami. Jaime Jaquez comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Mitchell in for Hero. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Gaze checked in. Again, the miss by the Heat. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 2. From beyond the arc, buries the long-range jumper.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Here's Adebayo. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Here's Jaquez. No good on the 3. And it's the Hawks ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Johnson's shot is off. The Heat have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. And Ware pulls it down.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Highsmith is checked in, and Terry Rozier subbed in for Wiggins. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Young with no one around. Misses the three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. Hawks have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And it's LeVert missing. Miami trailing. Ripped away. Here's Gay. Covered by Mitchell. They get it again. On the wing, man. Stolen away. Takes a three. Buries it from three-point range. Mitchell's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Heat. Young looking around. 32 seconds left to play in the third. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Young's got 21.
As a leader, you've got to know when your team needs a response. Young gets that, and great three to answer right back.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Young against Rozier. Rozier with the steal. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Young with the steal. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Rizachet in at the small forward position. The Heat trail by 4. Hero from deep three-point territory. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Okongwu against Adebayo. Okongwu down low. 5 to shoot. Here's Rizachet. Sinks the triple. And it's a 7-point Atlanta lead.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Rizachet can really be damaged from the perimeter.
And, you know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Daniels with it. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Here's Larson. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Here's Rizachet, covered by Wiggins. It's Okongwu, high post. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Three-pointer, LeVert. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Larson. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Hawks leading by 4. Now Rizachet. Pass to LeVert. for the three. Atlanta now working with a new shot clock. Johnson outside. Tries again. And it's LeVert missing.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Here's Daniels. Okongwu, the pass to LeVert. Shoots a fader. A three-pointer is right on target. LeVert's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
From deep, Johnson. Larson with the rebound.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Hero from long range. Second shot opportunity. Launches it. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson with it. Now defended by Wiggins. The three. A shot by Okongwu. No good.
This has reached desperation time for him.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
The Hawks leading by 7. Johnson outside from downtown. And Ware pulls it down.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance. But look, he's got to find something easy.
And what a huge bucket from Wiggins. The Canadian has continued to build confidence and now wants the big shot.
Kicks it out to Johnson. LeVert in the corner. Johnson sets the screen for LeVert. Drills the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 7.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Rizichet. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
A wide open look here for Okongwu. Off target from outside. And so it's Atlanta with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory.
Over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 down low.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. Pass to Barrett. Outside Ingram. Back to Barrett. Quickly outside. Knocks it down from distance.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Hero, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Fires from deep. And it's Quickly. That time on the assist from Barnes. Quickly's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Pure from three-point range.
Yeah, what an assertive move by Hero. Dropping an emphatic answer 3.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
You can tell some players like that rhythm dribble. R.J. Barrett using the pull-up jumper. Go ahead, R.J.
And Burks gets it to go.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Pass to Pirtle. No one near him. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
I think it's a big help when Pirtle can make the mid-range. It forces the defense to bring the bigs out of the post, and it really opens up things.
The offensive rebound. Here's Adebayo. Another shot. And it's Ware missing. Oh, they get a hand on it. Back to Adebayo. Burks against Barrett. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins with it. Hero for 3. They get it again. Goes back up. Where? That's good.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
Allie, thank you. Miami trailing. Burks for 3. Hits the trifecta. Burks has got 5.
Well, Burks is a lethal three-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
And here's Ingram outside. Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Quickly passes to Pirtle.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Adebayo with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. From deep, Mitchell. Rebounded by Ingram. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for Toronto at 6'9". Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
And it's the Raptors with the ball. Miami making their last shot. Ingram finds Barrett. Back to Ingram. Kicks it out to Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, no good. The Heat with the lead. Pass to Wiggins. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from deep. Wiggins has got his second basket of the game.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
Ingram with a screen on Mitchell. Quickly passes to Ingram. He shoots. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ingram.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Heat leading by 4. Up top, Anderson. Jaquez, the pass to Mitchell. Robinson for 3. And no good. Here's Abaji. It's stolen by Jaquez. 1 second left. No luck on that one. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Miami out in front, up by 4. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. Let's quickly break down what we've seen from the Heat.
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got Terry Rozier. Duncan Robinson is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kyle Anderson, and it's Larson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Nails it from 3.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Pass to Larson. Outside Jaquez. And there's Anderson. That one's good. On the assist from Jaquez.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Connects from downtown.
We all know Terry Rozier can score the ball, but boy, showing the selflessness right there with that pass.
Abaji. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Agbaji's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Pass to Rozier. 3-pointer. Toronto grabs the miss. Here comes Toronto on the push. Corner shot. Abaji can't hit. Miami leading by 3. 4-3. Walter pulls it in. Toronto's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Here's Lawson. Cash money from 16 feet away. Lawson's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Heat have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Rozier, the pass to Robinson. Fires in the triple. And the Heat lead by 4.
Well, we know Terry Rozier can score it, but you love when he sets his teammates up. That's when his whole game is flowing.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Miami shooting their first free throw of the evening. When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point, because you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
Walter, good.
When you have vision at the forward spot, it always opens up and elevates a team. Scotty Barnes passing on display.
Again, the Heat misses.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. The 3, Barrett. And it's Miami with a rebound. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. The Heat have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Adebayo with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Outside Robinson. Hero for 3. Drains the triple. Hero's got 6.
Smooth shot by Hero. Notice how he doesn't rush himself.
Pass to Walter. The 3 is up. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists tonight.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
The Heat making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. Ingram's checked in for Toronto. Kicks it out to Barrett. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Miami. Burks comes in for Hero. 1:05 left to play in the first half. It's tipped. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Quickly. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
The 3. Some solid defense from Barrett. Toronto's gone 50% from the perimeter in this second, shooting 4 of 8. So they take the lead. 6 points for him. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Out of bounds, the Raptors will take it.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
The Raptors with a lead. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Fires it. And it's Toronto with another.
How about the jump shot by Scotty Barnes? Look out, folks.
Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Over Pirtle. No good. Unable to win this run.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
A beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Toronto out in front, up by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
32. Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. One guy who's been getting it done is Duncan Robinson.
The team-first attitude this guy brings to the floor is why his guys love playing with him.
No, for sure. And you can tell he enjoys doing those things that sometimes don't show up in the box score.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Barrett in at the 3. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stars.
Well, think about it, PA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Quickly passes to Ingram. No good with the triple. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for the Heat. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
From Tyler Hero.
Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Quickly outside. And again, Toronto no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Barrett against Wiggins. Works for 3. Sinks it from distance. And now an 8-point Miami lead.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
The 3 from Barnes. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Adebayo. Hero against Quickly. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Raptors trail by 8. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Hero, no good. Toronto has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Barnes passes to Pirtle. It's Barnes on the wing. Over Adebayo. Pass to Ingram. Quickly outside. And that's a foul called on Jakob Poeltl. That's foul number 2 for him.
I don't know what he was thinking about there. Easy over the back call.
Really good job to block out there. This is why you want to go put a body on someone when the shot goes up.
And the Heat making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Here's Ware. Offline with a 3. Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Mobo. The 3. Right wing. Back to Barnes. Here's Walter. Now Barnes. Ingram up top. Shot clock at 5. Over Burks. The shot by Ingram, no good. Miami leading by 5. Hero, the pass to Burks. Fader on the way. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Mobo's got 4 rebounds in the game. Ingram on the wing. Let's go with a 3. Rebound Miami. Outside, Anderson. Barnes with the rebound. Here's Shed. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Pass to Anderson. And yep, it's good. And the Heat lead by 7.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
The 3 from Barnes. He buries it from 3. Barnes has got his 2nd basket on the night.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Kicks it to Hero. Anderson for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Anderson's got 7.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Takes the 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got rebound number 8 now. Hero, the pass to Anderson. Back to Hero. There's the triple. Gets the 3 ball to go. And now a 10-point Miami lead.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Back to Anderson. Here's Ware. He's guarded by Barnes. And Miami again with the bucket. Raptors trail by 12. Here's Walter. He's got 6. Pass to Barnes. Shoots over Anderson. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. From behind the arc. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Miami Heat. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then it's Davion Mitchell. And it's Larson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Raptors trail by 12. Pass to Abaji. Shoots over Robinson. Abaji can't hit. And for Miami, they're shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. Robinson with it. Now guarded by Barrett. Robinson can't hit.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
It's Barrett on the wing. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. A 3 from the inbound. Knocked loose.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Walter from outside. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 now. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Again, the Heat misses. Raptors trail by 12. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Quickly from outside. Second chance shot, and it's laid up and in by Pirtle.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Quickly finds Barrett, kicks it to Quickly. The three ball. They get it back. Pass to Abaji. Here's Walter. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Walter from outside. Hits the three-pointer.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
And there's the lob. And Adebayo slams it in.
Oh, it's almost scary watching Adebayo throw it down. Incredible natural power.
Pirtle with a screen on Robinson. Walter, good.
And what an impact he's making from beyond the arc. A big three-pointer to narrow this lead.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
Robinson for three. Gets the three to fall. And the Heat lead by 12.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Puts up a deep three. Rebound, Toronto.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
On target from range.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Heat leading by 13. Adebayo in the post. He's working on Pirtle. Robinson passes to Mitchell. Fades away. Again, the Heat score.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Heat.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Tyler Hero.
He didn't miss out on much of the action tonight. He was magnetized to the ball and did everything he could to contribute for his team on both ends of the floor.
Barnes, he's checked in for Abaji. Miami has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. Robinson on the wing, guarded by Barrett. Robinson can't hit. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. Down by 15. That shot wide open. So it's Miami now. Outside Robinson. And again, no good by Miami. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Walter from outside. Sinks the tray.
Three-pointer.
29 seconds left in the final quarter. Mitchell against Quickly. Adebayo passes to Robinson. From deep three-point land. Rebound, Toronto. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. Even Allie, thank you as always. Some popcorn for this face-off. Off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Barrett in at the 3. Here's Daniels. Offensive rebound. Outside Young. And the foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And here is Young from deep three-point land. Over to the left wing. From the arc. That's good from Okongwu on the assist by Johnson.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly, Barnes has a big fan here.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
It's Barrett on the wing, shoots over Young, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, RJ right there moving without the basketball, and that helps him to get to an open spot on the floor. That creates the rhythm.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Pass to Barnes. The 3, Barrett. Okongwu with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Young against Quickly. Young, the pass to Daniels. Young with a screen on Ingram. Here's Daniels. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Outside Barrett. Barrett missing again. The Hawks lead by 4. Outside Young. Pass to Johnson. For 3. Now Okongwu. Outside Johnson. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors trail by 4. Good chance here for Ingram. Cash money on the open jump shot.
Ingram has the skill to do that. A nice job setting up and receiving the pass.
Brent, we've seen Quickly step up as a team leader since he came into the league.
Well, he's had tremendous confidence in what it is that he brings to a basketball team from the very beginning. It's taken him a little bit of time to gain that in the NBA setting, but he is now asserting himself as a floor general.
Toronto has gone 1 of 4 from deep. The three-pointer off the mark. The Hawks have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. On the wing, Daniels. Outside Johnson. Young from long range gets the 3 ball to go. Young's got 6.
Yeah, Trey's not going to pass up a shot like that.
Young against Quickly. Kicks it out to Barnes. Outside Barrett. Takes the three. Hits the trifecta. Barrett's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And it's the Raptors with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Outside Barrett. Pirtle, the pass to Barrett. The rebound by Atlanta.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Daniels, covered by Ingram. It's stolen by Pirtle. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Young. Here's Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. Johnson a screen on Barrett. Up in time. Driving to the basket. He knocks it down.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
It looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call.
A big-time effort for Trae Young, providing a lot of energy for Atlanta. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. Back to the game after this break. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Walter, and it's Abaji in at the 4. The Hawks lead by 5. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie.
The 3.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Atlanta's gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Here's Krejci. They get it back. Out left to the wing. Here's Capella. Atlanta again missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Krejci. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Toronto's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Pass to Abaji. To the middle. Fires the 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
LeVert passes to Niang. Back to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. Mobo with a rebound. Mobo's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Lawson. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. Here's the 3. LeVert with a rebound. The Hawks trailing. It's LeVert on the wing. Niang a screen. Shoots. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in the game is add more time to the clock.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Pass to Mobo. Lets the 3 fly. Good D by Niang. Atlanta leading by 4. Now LeVert. His man. And the Hawks with another three.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Here's Krejci. Capella, the pass to man. Screen by Capella. Outside man. From behind the arc. Sinks the tray. And now it's a 10-point Atlanta lead.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Here's Shed. And again, Toronto, no good.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot. When they come down on this end, they can't find a way to get the embers going.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier. They're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
So for the Hawks, Nance, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Gay comes in for Niang. And it's Trae Young in for Krejci. Scotty Barnes is checked in for Toronto. Barrett comes in for Lawson. Pass to Gay. Nance with a screen on Barnes. Now Nance. Outside Young. This one for three. Barnes with the rebound. Three-pointer. He drops it from range. Barnes has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their work from distance. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risacher in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder. And here's Okongwu for 3. Barnes with the rebound.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Risacher, guarded by Barrett. Here's Daniels. Off target with the 3. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 8. Got a piece of it. Toronto shooting only 36% so far in this game. Left side Barrett. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Quickly from outside. On target from range. Quickly's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And that's a good heads-up play there from RJ.
And a homecoming of sorts for RJ Barrett last season after being traded to his hometown Raptors.
Yeah, he's played well in Toronto. You wonder if the offseason helps him settle into where it is that he knows he's going to start this year. I really like his three-point shooting. That has been much improved in that Raptor uniform.
Barrett finds Barnes. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
There's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
And here we go. Trae Young doing his thing. Cooking with grease right now.
Here's Pirtle. That's in, coming off an assist from Barnes. Birtle's got his first points of the game.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Young can't hit. Raptors trail by 6. Outside for Ingram. Puts up a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Ingram's got 5 points.
And Brandon Ingram continues to work on that smooth three-point release.
Young from long range. Oh, that's what he does. Trae Young knocking down a 3.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Ingram, the pass to Barrett. Back to Ingram. A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Ingram on the wing. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Rizachet. The Hawks lead by 6. And here's a Kongwu for 3. Birtle grabs a miss. Birtle's got rebound number 7 tonight. The 3, Barrett. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Okongwu, a screen on Pirtle. From deep, Johnson fires in the triple. And now it's a 9-point Atlanta lead.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
Pass to Barrett. From 18 feet away. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Here's Barnes. Nails the 16-footer. Barnes has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
Here comes Toronto on the push. And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. Atlanta making some changes. Nance, he's checked in for Okongwu. And it's Niang in for Johnson. And the Raptors making a change here. The Hawks lead by 9. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Nance, the pass to Young. 6 to shoot. Nance with a screen on quickly. There's Young with the 3. Rebound Toronto. Quickly outside from deep. Pure from three-point range. Quickly's got 9.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Yeah, not a smart move on that pass. Hopefully he'll learn from that.
That misses. Would have counted had it gone. A big-time effort for Trae Young, providing a lot of energy for the Hawks. Getting it done from range. He's hit. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. We've got R.J. Barrett, and it's Abaji in at power forward. Back to LeVert. The 3. Right side man. Nance the screen. 3-pointer. Nails it from 3. And the Hawks lead by 6. The Raptors shooting an average of 43% from the floor.
It's awesome to have a guy at that size be able to accelerate and elevate like RJ did there.
And here's LeVert for 3. Rebound Toronto.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
And it's Toronto with another.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
LeVert passes to man. Back to LeVert. There's the three. That shot off. The Raptors have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. The game now all tied up.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Connects from downtown.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Outside Barrett. Pass to Abaji. Here's Shed. Here's Abaji. Oh, ripped away. And here they come. Niang, pass to LeVert. Niang, a screen. 4-3. Abaji with a rebound.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Pass to Shed. From outside the arc. Abaji can't hit. The Hawks lead by 3. Niang outside. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. They set the screen. Shed. The rebound by the Hawks. Nance has got 4 rebounds now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Nance. Johnson comes in for Gay. Risache, he's checked in for Niang. And it's Young in for Man. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. A nice shot by Young.
This guy makes those kind of shots just look so easy.
To halt the run, quickly drives in. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Barnes has got his 4th assist in this one. Young against quickly. Outside Young. Pass to Okongwu. It's LeVert on the wing. 5 to shoot. The 3. He can't hit that time.
Trying to end this thing with some big threes, but the accuracy just isn't there tonight.
Kept alive. Kicks it out to Barnes. There's the triple. And here is Barrett. Outside Barnes. Shoots over Young. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Pass to Okongwu. Let's go with a 3. Barnes with the rebound. And here's quickly. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. LeVert with the ball. Here's Risache. Beyond the arc. Hits the 3-pointer.
Oh, my. Risache. Just huge. And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
For 3. Barrett. Rebound Atlanta. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. They get it again. Hurdle. And it's in.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
So it's a narrow victory for the Hawks. Pulling it out for the W. Boy, a hard-fought game.
What a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5 down low.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Shot's good by Hero.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Young, no good. Okongwu against Hero. Has to Ware. A 3-ball. Rebound, Atlanta. Young from deep 3-point range. Again, Young missing. Miami's on 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Young fires away from outside. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Adebayo. And here's Burks. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
And what a dime from Bam. He's really skilled at looking for and finding his teammate.
Johnson against Adebayo. Young looking around. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Young's got a couple of threes now in the first for Atlanta. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. They get it again.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Daniels, no good. The Heat have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Burks kicks to Wiggins. Outside, Hero. No good on the triple. The Hawks leading by 3. And a deep 3 from Young. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Burks for 3. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks again can't hit. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Burks can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
An excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
Now, Hero. Burks finds Hero. Here's the 3. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
The Heat trail by 3. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Here's Atlanta. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Rizachet wide open. Drills the 3-pointer.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Rizachet can really do damage from the perimeter.
3-pointer, Daniels. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
For the 3. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Burks for 3. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Now Hero after the missed 3 from Trae Young. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Burks on the wing. The 3. Here's Adebayo. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Niang out there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. A nice shot by Anderson.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
LeVert with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Heat trail by 4. It's Anderson with the drive. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hawks.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Anderson. No good off the front iron.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Niang. Capella, the pass to Mann. Here's Niang. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Screen by Capella. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Mann. Here's Niang. Shoots the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Niang's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Here's Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Hawks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Niang. Another 3 for Atlanta. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment was a success.
A huge success, D.A. Thank you. Harry Nance is checked in for Atlanta. Here's Jaquez. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Mitchell. The kick out to Rozier. Outside Robinson. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate, just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Now here's LeVert. Nance a screen on Mitchell. Three-pointer, LeVert. Nance outside. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside. And the Hawks lead by 8.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And the Heat with some changes. Ware's checked in, and Adebayo's subbed in for Robinson. The Heat trail by 8. Rozier with the ball. Over Young. That one wide left. The Hawks have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, the Woo! Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. They get it back. Pass to Highsmith. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. No good from outside. On the wing, Daniels. Rozier defending. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Johnson. Daniels has got 9.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on the silver platter. Just served him up.
And so it's Atlanta ahead by 9 as the quarter comes. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
On the court for the Heat, we've got Alec Burks. Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Johnson. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the three-point shot, but he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
He has a good handle, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got a great handle.
Burks looking around, pass to Hero. Back to Burks. Over Daniels. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Here's Rizachet. The three-pointer is right on target. Rizachet's got 6.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Now Young. He's got 6. At 3 off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Hero, that's a 2-pointer. And he hits the jump shot. Hero's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Johnson sets the screen for Rizachet. Just 5 on the clock. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Heat trail by 6. Wiggins finds Hero. This one for 3. And it's Trae Young with the rebound. On the wing, Daniels takes a 3. from downtown. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. He's got 12. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Here's Adebayo. Rebound by the Hawks.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Okongwu. No good with the triple. The Heat shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. There's Hero with the three. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Riza with it. Now defended by Adebayo. There's the three. Wiggins with the rebound. And it's Wiggins with the ball for Miami. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. The Hawks leading by 9. Daniels dishes to Okongwu. Three-pointer, right wing. Here's Riza covered by Wiggins. Fires the three. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Miami's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And how about the confidence of Wiggins? His teammates want him to take those shots.
Young for 3. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Hero kicks to Ware. From outside off the mark. Atlanta's shooting it pretty low at 34% thus far. Johnson gets the bucket.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to getting the looks he needs.
And here is Hero. From deep three-point territory. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in the driver's. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Larry Nance. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point guard position. With the shot. Good D by Anderson. The Heat trail by 6. He takes it in. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
Niang, that's good.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Nance. Anderson's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 7. Here's Niang. And the 3 off target. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Atlanta making a switch here. Gay's checked in for Atlanta. They've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Niang. Hits it from 3-point range. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nance. Heat also with the sub. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Anderson. Here's Niang. That's good. That's LeVert with the assist. Niang's got 9 points now in just the second half. Rozier, the pass to Roberts. Oh my, he'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. It's on Karis LeVert. Anderson, he's checked in for Miami. Davion Mitchell comes in for Rozier. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here's Niang. Another three for Atlanta.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
The Hawks leading by 10. Here's Niang. Trae Young, he's checked in for Atlanta. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Anderson wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Atlanta's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Niang. To the left wing. Three-pointer. Fires from deep. Kept alive by Atlanta. Stolen by Robinson. Deep two from Anderson. Rebounded by Capella. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. Riza Shea is coming in for Clint Capella, and a new group in for the Heat. Ware's checked in. Bam Adebayo comes in for Jaime Jaquez. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Anderson, and it's Tyler Hero in for Mitchell.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hawks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they'd sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And the Heat making a change here. Anderson, he's checked in for Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez comes in for Wiggins. Mitchell, he's checked in for Robinson. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Tyler Hero. And so it's Atlanta with it. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Here's Niang. He's covered by Anderson. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Basket counts. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Atlanta. Here's Niang from deep. They grab their own miss. Capella kicks to Niang. Launches it. Deflects the pass. Goes up again, and that's good off the glass that time. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other